Hey everybody, Coach Toolshed here. I am back after about a week and a half sort of hiatus. Wanted to take a bit of a break after the last couple of videos I put up because, quite frankly, I was questioning why I even bothered trying to explain some stuff to people who are just obviously want to hop on hype trains and they just won't listen to any logic or reason. They're just running with full emotion, and I just wanted to take a step back and sort of let the situation play out for itself, because as we're seeing with the VIP demo for Anthem, this game is going down the same track that so many other games as a service games have had. It's following the exact same script, and the response to it is also following the same script. And it's just amazing to me how this game is hitting every single note that all the other games that we've seen with that have had problems over the last couple of years with these type of games and this type of rollout. Anthem is hitting every single one of these issues, and yet there still is this sense of unbridled optimism that I see all over the message boards. However, yesterday this really did start to take a hit, because of course on January 25th, EA and BioWare rolled out the VIP demo. That's an important term there, demo, for Anthem. And if you tried to watch anyone doing gameplay yesterday, you would have undoubtedly noticed that about half the time, if you try to click on someone's stream, either on YouTube or Twitch, and they were trying to live stream the game, odds are you were going to see them sitting on a loading screen again and again and again. Some people weren't able to get past the title screen the entire day. Other people would get into the game, try to launch a mission, and they get stuck in an infinite loading screen. And the game quickly started to get a name called Loading Simulator 2019, which yesterday was well deserved. And of course you saw people rushing to his defense saying, hey, it's just a beta, it's just a beta, it's just a beta. But wait just a minute. We were told this was a demo, which isn't supposed to be behaving as a beta. People were throwing that around, showing that the fact that BioWare was calling it a demo showed how much faith they had in it, and they weren't saying that this was a beta period. This was a demo. This was supposed to be a finished game that supposedly everyone was trying to tell me, oh, well, they have a lot of faith in it. It must be done. EA and BioWare know that they can't let this game fail. Well, unfortunately, all of the headlines yesterday were not discussing people's first impressions with the game. Everything you would find, including down to Twitter responses and Reddit posts, all down the line on social media, what you would have seen is time and time again, people just not able to even get into this game. And what we see here is another example of a AAA publication coming out and really screwing over the people who had invested the most money and shown the most faith in the game by pre-ordering this game more than a month before it came out. And so many people, I still am watching streams now. I clicked on a couple streams, and what I've seen is still people sitting on loading screens having to close the app down and restart the game. It's still happening now, and we're on Saturday morning at this point. So I let this marinate all overnight. This was going on all day yesterday, and I was just sitting back saying, okay, I'm sure they'll get it back online. But what they actually did, they put out a tweet, I don't know, it's probably been about 12 hours ago at this point, claiming that they had the issues fixed on PC and PS4, and they were just working on the Xbox version. But that's not really the case, because I'm still seeing many reports, and you can go onto their Twitter feed and see it is overwhelmingly filled with people saying that they still can't even get in on PS4. People aren't able to access EA Origins. And after checking just a few streams this morning, already I've seen multiple people still having this infinite loading screen, where I've seen some people just sitting on loading screens for literally hours. That's what's going on yesterday. I'm still seeing it today. Even when people are able to access the game for a brief period of time, they'll try to launch a mission and they'll get hit with the loading screen again. Or they'll end a mission and the game will hit the loading screen again. There seems to be major issues. Now, originally EA and BioWare were trying to pin this on the servers being overwhelmed, and then later in the day they said, no, it's not actually a server issue. There's some other sort of unidentified issue that they didn't pick up during the alpha testing that they did earlier on, which was of course under NDA. Now, the real issue that's arising here is that this is not something that's open to the public. This was not a wide open beta or demo period. EA knew how many people to expect. They basically sent out an RSVP to the gaming public saying, hey, we're having a VIP event. All you have to do is give us $60 and that counts as your RSVP to our private event. And all the people who responded back saying, yeah, I'm coming to your party, well, EA didn't set a place for you at the table. And now they're still having all these service issues. It's been all day Friday, and now we're already nearing noontime here on Saturday, and they're still having these persistent issues. Now, sure, some people are still able to get in, but a lot of people are not. And I would say, from what I've seen, it's at least 50% of the streamers I've tried to check are still having these issues today, which is just pretty ridiculous if you ask me. This used to be a more common problem, and you used to never see a game launch in this state, but we've seen over the years, many of these companies have figured this out, and they're not having these issues on the day when the servers go live. And again, the issue here is that they didn't call this a beta. They called this a demo. This was supposed to be a completed product. And I know a lot of people tried to argue with me in saying that the fact that they're calling it a demo proved that they were ready to go. And I tried to explain to them, no, the term demo and beta in an online games as a service title is interchangeable with these companies. They're strictly used as marketing terms. There's no difference between them. The Destiny 1 beta is the same as the Anthem demo, and you're seeing similar issues. If you recall, there was connectivity issues with Destiny 1 as well, but certainly not to this degree. People were still able to get in and play those games. They were not having problems persisting as much as this game is. But let's look at what the logical next step is going to be, because these sort of problems have a playbook that they're going to go by. What's going to happen next is they're going to say that again that they've fixed the servers, they've identified the problems, servers should be up and running, just keep trying it. And then what they're going to do is they're going to try to extend the demo into Tuesday, and that's supposed to be going to be the peace offering to offer to the people who probably were not going to be able to play it on Tuesday. Anyway, they got to go to work, they got to go to school. So the people who thought they were going to be able to play on Friday night, Saturday, over the weekend, well, I'm glad you paid for the pre-order access. EA really thanks you for your time, thanks you for your money, but they're gonna just try to throw out an olive branch of Tuesday. That's the next step in the program. And of course, the fanboys are gonna go right along with it. And I've already seen the weak defense of people saying, "Oh no, this is just a beta. This is just a beta. Be thankful this isn't happening on launch day." But no, EA knew exactly how many people they needed to plan for. And they didn't do it. Despite all the people telling me that EA knows that they had to get this right, well, they didn't. And this is right out of the gates a black eye for this game, which it clearly did not need because there was already a lot of skeptical people to begin with. Now, once again, if you'll notice, I just spoke for 8 minutes, and I did not once speak to the quality of the game itself. I'm only talking about this marketing and the launch period. And now let's get into the marketing for this game, because something happened yesterday when I was watching YouTube, which just completely highlights what I was trying to explain to you guys in my last two videos. And I know a lot of you understood what I was saying and agreed with it, but there was a good amount of people who were just in complete denial about it. And there was some people who said that I was being too hard on the people that EA was giving information to, these game changers. And a lot of you gave me lists of people who were completely trustworthy. This person is objective. This channel is one that I trust. And there was a name, well, there's several names that came up numerous times, but there was a name for a channel called Dantix, which came up multiple times. People suggesting that he was completely trustworthy, totally objective, totally unbiased, and he was someone that could be trusted. Now, I'll admit that while I'd heard this guy's name before, I was not familiar with his channel. I had not gone and checked out any of his videos in the past. A lot of people that people had named to suggest to me to watch are people that I was familiar with. This is a guy that I recognized the name. I was not familiar with his content. But yesterday I was watching a YouTube video, and if you've been watching YouTube, if you don't have ad block turned on, I'm sure you've been hit with a ton of Anthem ads, and there's a couple that have been running really heavily. But yesterday I was watching a video, and all of a sudden a 15-minute advertisement for Anthem came on. And it kind of caught my eye because the guy doing the narration was talking in very dramatic and almost hyperbolic terms about just how great Anthem was going to be. And he was just talking pretty breathlessly about, this is why you need to be excited, that sort of thing. And I looked down, and the name on it was Dantix. And I went to his channel, and I realized that this is a video that he posted back in December, which EA has now commandeered and is running directly as an advertisement in YouTube videos. This isn't something that I clicked on. It's not an ad that was at the top of my mobile app when I turn it on, which oftentimes happens on YouTube. You'll have an ad at the top of your screen. But I didn't click on this. This is an ad that ran during a video that I was watching. And so if this is one of the guys that people are pointing to as an honest EA game changer who's unbiased, which many of you, I get, like I said, this guy's name was mentioned multiple times to me. And EA thinks that he is talking so glowingly about the game that they're literally using his video as a advertisement directly. I've never actually seen that before. I've seen people make advertisements where they cut up different testimonials from other people and use that in a video, but I've never seen someone where they just took a video from their channel and said, hey, this guy talked so greatly about our game that we want to use his full video as a paid advertisement. I've never seen that before. But again, people were trying to tell me this guy's objective. He's trustworthy. He would be critical of the game when it came down to it. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. This is exactly what I was trying to explain in the last couple of videos. These people that are partnered up with EA, who are getting the early access, who are getting flown out to trips, who are getting put up in hotels and thrown private parties and treated like royalty, they're never going to be unbiased. It's just not going to happen. They can say that they are. I watch the videos and people are like, I assure you, I'm not affected by this. That's just not human nature. People can deny it all they want, but it's just not true. If you're being provided a benefit, at the very least, you don't want those benefits to end. So even if you have criticism, you're gonna pull your punches back a little bit. You're not going to hit as hard as you could, because this stuff needs to be approved by the publications, by the publishers, by the people, the press teams that they're working with. This stuff has to get approved by them before they'll let you put it out anyway, if you're partnered up with them. And if you don't put out the sort of advertising that they want, guess what? You're not going to the next event. You're going to be on the blacklist. That's just what happens. That's the fact of what's really going on. And a lot of people try to suggest that I'm just salty about it. No, I have a small channel. I have no notion that I would be getting review copies or invited out to trips. Absolutely not. And I wouldn't go even if I was. And what's funny is I actually saw some people putting out very similar content to mine last week. Some bigger channels with, 50, 100,000 subscribers, putting out content that was very similar to mine, warning people about Anthem and the Game Changer program. And then a couple of these guys turned right around and started saying, hey, I just got flown up for the Division 2. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, so on your channel, you're going to talk garbage about the EA Game Changers, but then you're going to turn right around and do the exact same thing that they're doing for Ubisoft? So that's just, that it doesn't work that way. You can't do both. You can't talk garbage about one and then accept the same scenario from another publisher. So the people who thought that I was being just picking on EA or picking on Anthem, no. It's the same problem with Division 2, and that's going to be coming out in March, and we're going to see the same cycle repeat itself. You're going to see these people, in fact, people already have gotten flown out to the event. And one of the channels that I was talking about last week, when I talked about Anthem, I specifically talked about this guy. First, he was covering Fallout 76. And this guy has shown that he has no problem just taking a free copy of something and then just putting out videos promoting it. And then this guy started doing the same thing for Anthem. And now guess what? Yes, he also got flown out for the Division 2. But yet these are the people that thousands and hundreds of thousands of people rely on for their information. but you're just relying on a paid hype machine for your information. And YouTube and Twitch are getting more and more corrupted every day as more and more content creators are approached and given these offers, and many of them accept these offers. Even if there's no actual monetary compensation, they're still getting these gifts and this early access, which early access for a content creator can be more valuable than whatever paltry sum of money EA or Ubisoft might be offering them. If they can get the first access to the game and get the early info out, that can really help their subscriber base. That can help them with their Patreon and all that. Help them with their networking with other content creators, and that way they can just boost each other's signal, and pretty soon the only thing that is showing up in your recommended feed is this sort of channel. You're not going to be getting anything objective from anyone else. And we already see how this has affected the mainstream media sites, and now it is just every day getting worse and worse on YouTube and Twitch as more and more people accept these deals, and as more and more people who are players accept that this is going on and think that there's nothing wrong with it, but there is. Some people question my use of the term propagandist in the title of my first video on this topic. But that's what this is. This is a business term. You can actually go and check this out. It's called testimonial propaganda. Some people were suggesting that propaganda is only relegated to governments. That is not the case at all. It's not relegated to political agendas or politics at all. Advertisers use multiple types of propaganda all the time. Like I said, this is called testimonial propaganda. And the more we accept this as normal, the worse it's going to get and the worse information we're going to be getting. They can give us all the minute details like, oh, what weapons are we going to have access to? What sort of loadouts can we use? That's not the point. It's the marketing scheme. It's all about getting you to buy the product. The minutia doesn't matter. It just doesn't. The more we accept this, the worse it's going to get. That's all I want to say about this. Anyway, I'm Coach Toolshed. I hope to be back doing regular uploads again this week. In fact, I think I might even try to get up a video about doing an indie review maybe later today. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do that. But I want to get back to doing regular uploads. I needed a week to let this thing breathe. And I wanted to see how round one of Anthem was going to play out. And it's not working out very well at this point. Now again, the game might be fine. You'll have to find out. Like I said, I'm not going to be playing it. I'm not going to be buying it. But anyway, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please subscribe if you want to stay in tune with the channel headed forward. And once again, remember, I'm not doing this for clicks. I don't make money here. I've said this many times on the channel. People accuse me of making these videos just for clicks, for revenue. I don't make a dime off this. I lose time and money doing this. In fact, I'm doing this to try to get people to wake up and to stop jumping on these hype trains. Alright, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think, again, down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later, and as always, keep it turned to 11.